But as of now, we are live on TikTok and on YouTube. So welcome guys, welcome. I appreciate you being around. So without any further ado, let's get into prayer and get this thing started. Father, we say thank you for today. Thank you that we are truly grateful and we are back here on YouTube. Thank you so much that we are finally back on YouTube to live stream on YouTube, just like we have always done. Right now, we want to say thank you. We say thank you, and we know that today is gonna be a great day. It's gonna be a great day of a great day in the markets. It's gonna be a great day in making money online on these charts, Lord. As we start to analyze today, we give you all the glory, Lord. Thank you for the profits that we're about to make. Thank you for everything that we're about to do in today's analysis. We give you all the glory and all the honor. In the mighty name of Jesus, we've been able to pray. Amen. All right, guys, let me know if my mic is clear. Let me know in the comment section, and let me know if there is any buffering of the internet. I can see it right here. I don't know if it is buffering on your side. I want us to have a good clear live stream and have a clear flow of everything. So those who are on TikTok, please let me know if you're getting me loud and clear. Those who are on YouTube, please let me know if you're getting me loud and clear. All right, so I'm waiting on you guys. I'm waiting on you before we can start. So of course, you guys already know how we always did it. Those who have been missing me on YouTube, you always know we always started with crash 500. So we are going to get into that right about now. Crash 500, here we go. Please, I'm waiting on that comment whether you are getting me loud and clear on YouTube and on TikTok. All right, so I'll be waiting for that comment both on YouTube and TikTok as I get into the market. All right, so crash 500 on Monday. So Friday, let's see Friday. Let's remove this. What's going to come around? Let me just close TikTok. I don't know what has happened. Power has just gone this other side, so apologies. I don't know if we'll be able to finish today's analysis due to power, because power has just gone. So I'm now staying on YouTube alone. You can let those guys know, those who are on TikTok, that we are clear on YouTube. So now, enough of all this. Let's go to boom 1000. Let's try to hurry up due to power. Power has gone. I still have about like 30 minutes before the laptop blacks out because it is running some heavy softwares, so it won't be able to handle power for more than 30 or 1 hour. Boom 1000 on Friday. Let's go to daily time frame. We wanted sales just below there. That's why when I wanted to enter sales, that was our anticipation. But beyond that, then buys would continue. You can clearly see that after this break of structure, price reacted to that same level, that same break of structure level on Saturday, and then buys came in again. I normally tell you guys I don't trade on Saturdays, and that's why we couldn't trade it. Friday, it was a no-go for us. In fact, on Friday, I never made any entries at all. On Friday, we never traded. Even on the VIP, guys, we never got any signals at all. Friday was a very slow day in terms of volatility of these assets. All right, so now what are we seeing? We can delete this, delete that. Let's now head over to H4. Let's head over to actually daily time frame. What do we have? This was a break of structure right about there. We had a low. Now price has gone all the way to that previous high. Remember guys, remember what I told you. I told you that price actually mitigated our weekly order block, that weekly order block. So my anticipation here is very simple. According to H4, we are overbought. Why? Because of that level. Let me remove that. We are overbought because of this level right there. Price has reached that very order block. Now my anticipation here is simply sells. Now these sells can drop all the way back here, but they can as well drop around that level and give us what we call, all those who have studied with me, those who have gone under my mentorship, what we know as a heads and shoulder according to the daily time frame. That will be the heads and shoulder anticipation. If price reacts all the way to this level and doesn't go beyond that level to drop down to the lower low, so this would be taken as our inverted head. Then these will be the shoulders. This will be the shoulder, and this other one will be the shoulder here, and this will be the neckline to be broken out and continue. And of course our TP will be anticipated as follows. Our TP will be anticipated as follows. Now this will be like a trade for swinging, not for intraday traders. That will be our TP all the way to that level. You will clearly see that. You clearly see why it needs to give us this. So if price, this is only and only if we can sell it all the way, drop here, and it fails to break that level and we get a reaction to start buying, this will be becoming our heads and shoulder, inverted heads and shoulder. So now let's talk about today. Today we are seeing sales starting according to H4. We need to sell. Price, the previous H4 was a doji candle. This current H4 is already selling. It's about to close. It started strongly with a good momentum to sell, but it's closing. It's about to close with some rejection. We'll see about that. According to M15 though, we have this. Look at that. That is a change of character right about there. What do we understand by that? Market structure shift. That is our market structure shift to determine a downtrend. So how are we going to trade this? Only and only if price can give us, all right, if M5 starts to sell. Yeah, if M5 starts to sell, then we are in for this kind of a sell. That's my trade to focus on today. That's my trade to focus on today. This is gonna be my trade to focus on today. Yeah, price breaks there, I enter to look for a TP like there, to look for a small TP like there, just and move out. We are intraday traders. You don't need to hold and swing. For swing traders, you can enter even now and have your stop loss above here. For swing traders, you can have your stop loss all the way there and enter your sells to drop all the way here. This would be your TP level right here for swing traders. This is for only swing traders. Yeah, if you're an intraday trader and a scalper, this is not a good entry for you. For us as intraday traders, we will wait for this pullback around there to look for early sellers above there, the stop losses of the early sellers above there, and that's when we will be entering our sells. Purely SMC. I told you guys, that's how we trade. That's how we trade. Yeah, so if it fails to go all the way there, then it will react around that order block. We have studied this, we've seen it countless times, price doing that, and that's what we'll be waiting for. on boom 1000. Why? Because the general trend now is looking at selling according to H4. So that's what we will wait for. This actually alone move can take around more than 6 hours to actually get there and give us that very sell that we need. It can easily keep on consolidating around this area, and then later around probably 3 or 7 p.m. we start to see sales come in. So it may even take 8 hours sometimes, depending on the momentum of the market. Right about now, all we need is price to react there and give us the sell move to drop down all the way down below. Boom 500, let's go. Guys, let me know what you're trading. What is your focus of the day before we can continue. And of course, you can as well tell me if it is your first time here, tell me where you're watching from, and it'll be good. Now, just because we've just returned back to YouTube, they've just restored the YouTube channel, you realize the links in the description, they are not giving you that blue vibe, that's where you can click and take you to that very page of the link. So all you can do as of now, you can just copy them the way they are and just go and paste them in your browser URL for the browser you're using, and you'll be able to access all our platforms just like they are mentioned down below, until YouTube restores us fully all the features that we need to be using. All right, boom 500. Let's look at Friday. We were looking for, this is what, Sunday, Saturday, Friday we were looking for more buys. We were here, that's when we analyzed buys there, and then a drop to sell. All right, yeah, it happened but did not react where we wanted, so it gave us a break of structure there. That's the reason why we never made any decision to make any trade. You see the reason why. That's why I told you Friday was very crazy for me. I never entered any trade on Friday apart from the robots entries. Now, so now I can delete these. Yeah, delete those. We clear up the chart. Let's clear up the chart. So we had a break of structure there. That was our higher high. Then it dropped and it broke this previous higher low. That became a change of character, and then lower low, lower high, then dropped. This is all nothing to us. It kept on selling, so we can delete all that now. So what are we seeing now? Let's talk about today. We needed pullback there. We had already anticipated a fake breakout there, and then later drop for more sells. Why? Because why were we looking for sales? Why were we looking for sales? H4 is still selling. Oh yes, because of H4. It was because of H4. According to daily time frame, this level was mitigated. So why are we still looking at price reacting all the way back here? No, there's no reason right here to look for price to return here. Let me show why I say that. Look at the candle structure first. Look at this momentum here. I always tell you guys, always look at clear structure, clearly the structure of what you're seeing. Now, first and foremost, look at the momentum here. When price reacted to this point of interest of ours here, let me zoom out. From there, we saw this move. Then price was forced to get back here, and from there we saw that same move, even though it failed to break that level up there, that resistance level. But then this time, this very time, it mitigated this fair value gap perfectly. It mitigated it fully, 50% of it. That was enough. Now, after mitigating it, it started to consolidate. Now, in that consolidation, I want you to look at the structure of those candlesticks. Look at this. First of all, look at this candle here, the buy, then followed by that doji candle, then followed by a buy candle, yes, with some good rejection coming in from sellers, then a sell candle, 50-50 from buyers and sellers, a rejection there, and then later look at that day, which was yesterday. Look at that rejection coming in from buyers. That shows you that buyers are taking charge. Look at how today started. It started as a sell, then later buyers came in. That's why we have that wick here. That's why we already have that kind of a wick on today's candlestick. So what does that tell us? It tells us that as far as H4 is trying to signify as sells according to CCI signal, I don't see sells, I see buys. I see buys according to the higher time frame, which is daily time frame, and of course weekly time frame. So if I am a swing trader, if I was a swing trader, I would enter my buys even right now and put my stop loss just about that weekly candle there. That will be my stop loss. That will be my stop loss there. And I'll be waiting for the week to end to take my profits. Why? Because we are likely going to see a breakout. We are likely going to see a breakout on this level right here. Let's have it clear. That is H4. This, can we use this move? Let's go to H4. Yeah, let's use that right there and that right there. Low, high, low here, high there, and then now it is likely to drop according to H4 to give us a new low. Then from there we are likely to drop to get in massively for these buys. So according to us intraday traders, we might as well keep on seeing some sells according to what we have already. We are likely to see this kind of a sell back to this, or not, because we are not market makers, we are just market followers. This level here was mitigated by that, so I want to delete this. This order block here was mitigated by this move here, so we might not see any reason for price to come again down here, unless if it is looking for this other level that it left back. Did it leave it back? Because I see this move here mitigated it. So this is not even it. It may go through that and come for this, because this is the only one that was never mitigated. So as a matter of fact, according to H4, yes, this is likely to be an issue right here, right there. That would be my anticipation. That would be my anticipation. Now, yes, this was mitigated, but this was never mitigated. This was mitigated. So there's an opportunity for price to actually react to a level like this or a level like that down below. So if we are looking for sales, then sales are looking to come all the way here. So let's now look at M15. What are we seeing? M15, we are seeing sales. So it means the sales are going to be taking us all the way down below. So that's what we are going to wait on. We are going to wait on that kind of a sell. We are going to wait on that kind of a sell. That sell, this sell is not yet fully ready. Look at that previous MHH4. It closed with good momentum from buyers, so we are not yet ready to sell. That means we are still buying, and it has to first mitigate that H1 order block there, this H1 order block there, right there, and then from there it will mitigate the M15 order block. Then we will be ready for sales. We will be ready. So for now we are not ready. It has to come there. It has to come there. Price is still buying. Price is still buying. So not yet. We are not yet ready for any sales as of now. All right, I think that's enough for those of you who trade Boom 500. Wait for something like that and then a drop for sales. Perfect. I hope you will get that. Those who trade V21, Boom 500, let's wait for that. Volatility 25 1S, let's go. Vol 25 1S. I have 28 minutes. I have 28 minutes before the PC blacks out. Vol 25S. All right, let's see where we were on Friday. Yep, Friday we were there. That buy move, we missed it. That was on that week. We of course we were following, waiting for that. Then we wanted from there to get some buys. Yes, this pullback happened, but it continued because after that we never had any higher high. In fact, price consolidated for quite some days, about 2 days, almost towards the end of Saturday. It dropped massively to start to sell, and we clearly see now we have some break of structure. So all this now is not necessary. We can delete all this right about now. Let's delete all this. All this is no longer necessary. The structure, market structure has changed. Let's delete that. Let's delete this too, because it's not respected. But this is on this fair value gap. You see why sometimes I remain with those points of interest, because price normally knows on how to come back for them. This is our fair value gap that I told you about several days or even a month back for this fair value gap. So it has not reacted all the way back there, but of course we knew. Let me first go back here. This was our change of character. Ever since price gave it to us right there, we knew that our general trend was a sell, but we were still looking for a clean entry for sales to actually drop down massively. So that was our change of character. You can remember that, those who were here by then. So we started to sell. Price failed to give us break of structure here and started to consolidating according to daily time frame. It's been consolidating for quite some days. We wanted price to go there to look for that liquidity, the stop losses of the early sellers. It did not go all the way there, but now we know if price mitigates this level, then there's no way it's going to fail to go all the way back up to mitigate that level. Now let's see what is common here. This is a strong resistance level right there. Why? Because it's where we saw our change of character. But then there must be liquidity above those highs. But then there's also this liquidity on this fair value gap that was left back. So price has to look at mitigating. Price has to look at mitigating these two levels. First this, and then that, and then find a way to break this as a support area to drop now according to weekly time frame, looking for more sells. So that's why we need this. That's why we are fully focused on price first mitigating this fair value gap, and it might even go drop all the way down to this order block, and then later get to see that kind of a fake or a mitigation move or a manipulation move, which will later in return give us a better entry for sales to swing with, even according to weekly time frame. Now we've known that on the daily and weekly. What can we do now according to H4? According to H4, we are still very bullish, very bearish. Want to see if this is a break of structure. Not yet. We don't have a break of structure yet, so unless price breaks this previous level here, we are still consolidating. We are still not ready for more sells. Yes, we missed that entry there for that kind of a sell, which was yesterday and Saturday. But now according to H4, we have reached that previous lower low right there, and we don't see any break of structure because this is only the wicks that have broken out through. So if we go to M15, yes, M15 is looking at more sells according to when you zoom in. Why? When you zoom out, we are looking for actually buys, but when you zoom in, we're actually looking for sells, which is weird. Yeah, so I'm gonna zoom out. Before I zoom out, I want to show you this. This is no break of structure right there. This is no break of structure, so it means we have a change of character on M15 right there. We have a change of character right about there. That's why the bot was able to get this trade here. I have a bot which I'm working on for V25 1S. It was able to get that trade from there. It was sort of like a sniper entry. Yeah, so now how can we continue with these buys? So we have a change of character. We all know how we trade something like this. We have this confluence area or previous lower high there. So price is likely going to go there and then probably drop again, maybe to this order block according to M15, and then we get ourselves a better entry to take us a little bit up for the buys. Now, where will the buys be going back to? Maybe around such a level, or maybe to the discount zone, which will be around such a level, to the discount zone, to the supply zone, and then we can later think of this kind of a move to drop massively all the way there. So that would be my general structural anticipation, what I'll be looking at according to V25S. Buys there, drop on M15, then get in with better buys to reach that level, which will be taking us to supply zone. If I use fib retracement level, you'll be understanding that that is our supply zone, matching with 61.8 right about there, or 38.2. If I make it the vice versa, you'll be understanding that that will be our supply zone for the buys, right? So for now, I wait. Can I enter buys? I don't want to make that mistake. Yeah, but the buys seems to be on. I will only wait for this move right here if we are ready for them, if it gives us an indication to actually enter buys on this M15 order block. Until then, no business with V25S. V75, Volatility 75. Yeah, you all know that this has been having the bot for quite some time. Keeps on trading it, keeps on trading with the bot. I had to leave it, though I have not sold it yet for anyone who wants it. I have not started to sell this V75 bot. I've only sold the UJ and EU bot, which trades Euro USD and USD JPY. So this one has already entered a sell. Let's see how it traded the other day. Oh yeah, it's been in the buy for quite some time. I brought it into break even, and I've been taken out on break even. It was buying just because I was not in the market to close those profits. Now I've lost that. My TP was around there. It was not hit. It almost hit it. It was not hit, so I had to find a way to close some profits because the sales had begun today morning. So all these entries that you're seeing here, all these are entries of an EA. We only have like a one trade manual trade that I shared with VIPs the other day. Yeah, but the rest of these are bot trading. Now let's analyze this. On Friday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday it continued to sell. The reason why it continued to sell, this was sort of like a change of character, but then it pushed for that manipulation move. Look at that, looking for those levels, and now we have started to sell. So there's no way you tell me otherwise that we are not selling. Why? This is a change of character. This is a lower low. Now price has gone for that manipulation move. This is our manipulation move. Let's see our order block. Let's go to H4. Is that an H4? Or why not? Let's use M15 order block. Let's use M15 order block. Will I be able to find it? M15 order block. Was it mitigated fully? This will be the order block right about there, and it was mitigated perfectly. It was mitigated right there. So that would have been the sniper entry right there for that kind of a sell. Wow. All right, so how do we now enter sales according to higher time frame? Of course, M15 is not ready for sales. So we can first go to H4. We need sales. Daily time frame, we need sales. Weekly time frame, what do we need? All right, CCI is not yet ready to with some information. Let me go back to daily time frame. Yeah, sales. Yes, we need sales. Look at that. Price has been failing to break that level for quite some time. Now we need sales to come and mitigate this order block right there. Why? Because this is going to be seen as this was a break of structure here right there, but then this was lower low, lower high. We haven't seen price take that lower high yet, so it means price is gonna drop to look for a new lower low, which will be this very move. From there to there, that will be our move, where from there it can easily drop all the way there, but also we can use that same level to drop around there. So for now, it's a no-go for me. I'm gonna be looking for sales. And I want to see whether I can get some sales on M15, or we want to first buy on M15 before we get in with sales. I see this level right here, price is failing to break it, so I need to understand what it is, why price is not breaking it. Let's go to M5. All right, so we know that M5 and M15 we need to buy first before we can get in with sales to give us the breakout on this very level of H1 and probably even H4. Okay, so I can decide to trade this as what we call support and resistance breakout, and wait for the breakout here and enter my sales. That would be one way to enter this trade. But I can also wait for price to be ready for sales. According to M15, you may return to this confluence area around there and get ready for sales, probably around 7 p.m. or 3 p.m. for more sales. This would be a better entry than this, but all these are our entries. If you fail to enter there, then you cannot fail to enter just below this support level. All right, that's enough. Let's now head over to the jump 50. We still have about 12 minutes. Power has not yet come back yet again, so we have to be quick. Some of the assets we may not trade them. All right, so jump 50. Chop. What is happening? Let's first round up this to H4. We wanted price to reach to this level. I'm not going to do Friday's analysis. Let's look at straight to today's analysis. We wanted price to reach there to get us buys from there. So having seen that, it's still our focus, so we go to M15 and we look for sales to get us where? To get us here. Can we enter sales? Seems it's too near for us to make any decision right there. So I believe I don't have any business here. I may wait for buys right on this level. So jump 50, it's a no-go. I'm gonna wait for buys on this H4 order block, so no business on jump 50. Jump 25, jump 25, we will be waiting for, let's see, H4. Yeah, this order block was mitigated, so we have a support. Now buys have started, which is a good thing. What about daily time frame? What are we seeing? Our sales. H4 is not yet ready for sales, but we are in for buys. Previous H4 closed as a perfect H4, a bullish candle, or we had a doji there, a flying dragon, sorry, and now we can go to M15 and wait for these buys. We have a change of character right here on M15. That is our change of character, market structure shift on M15 to consider buys. Now if price reacts back all the way there, then you know you have yourselves a good entry to take you all the way to that level right there. So for now we are seeing these, we are seeing this conference area, price failing to break it. So my anticipation is I may wait for this buy, or I can easily even go to M5, look for this sell to drop me down here. That is for scalpers. You can look for this sell to drop you all the way back to this M15 order block, and then from there we start to look for that kind of a buy to take us all the way to that confluence area above there. Then yeah, the rest we'll be looking at it according to higher time frame, which is mostly gonna be sells. That's it. Let's leave it on M15 and go to J10. We have 12 minutes, less than 12 minutes actually, because normally it doesn't close on 10. I mean on 0, sorry. So J10, let's look at it. I'm not looking at where we stopped at now because of battery and time, so we will look at where we stopped at immediately. I mean, we will look at what we have already. Now, we on H4 we already have this as our lower low. Price is failing to break it, so we are consolidating. We have the upper line and then the lower line. If I choose to do this, you will see something like this. This is what we are seeing currently. High there, and I mean a low there and a high here as our lines. Trend line there, trend line here. This is gonna be something like not even a pennant, something like a rising wedge, but it's gonna give us a continuation of the previous trend, which will be this kind of a move after that. So we know we're still looking for sales, but price is consolidating. Price is consolidating, so we can as well go to M15, zoom out. We look at how to trade it within these parameters or these range levels. So we know price is gonna come here. It may again drop all the way back, I mean go all the way back there, because of what is currently happening. We are consolidating within those levels, those ranges, upper range, downer range. Then until it is ready, you can wait for the breakout here for that kind of a sell on H4, probably even later, even on other levels. Knowing that this is our first TP here, our second TP would be that kind of a move from there to there, for that kind of a move all the way down here to this very order block to your left. You clearly see that. All right, that is very clear for us. I hope you guys are having a great time with me. Let's now rush it to gold and we call it a day. My EA has already picked up a trade, this EA, and though it is more of a scalping EA, so I'm testing it. It is in testing, so I don't risk a lot of money on it, so it is in testing as I speak. So let's talk about, let's remove it actually now. Let's talk about today. This move happened. I don't know if anyone picked it up. I was not in the charts by the time it did that, but we analyzed it on TikTok and it actually followed the analysis, and we went all the way to that very level, which is, what was it? Oh yes, that it's a daily fair value gap, but it was not mitigated fully. So I have a feeling that we are still gonna look for buys. Why? Because price has not fully mitigated that order block. Yes, we have a strong high there, but that doesn't mean anything if it is not on a higher time frame. So right about now, we clearly see that price today morning dropped as the market opened early morning. They dropped massively to all the way this other level. What is that level? Let's look at it. Let's look at it on H4. Let's look at it on H4. Zoom in. All right, look at that. Price always looks for these levels. That is the order block where this buy momentum side from, according to H4. Price has reacted all the way back to that order block. Look at that. Price has reacted all the way back to that order block. That is crazy. That's crazy. So that drop, it was a massive drop as the markets opened, dropped all the way to that order block, and then the buys began immediately after that H4 candle. Now, why are we looking for buys? Why? Because H4 and daily time frame are still very bullish, even though we see price has been failing to break that previous resistance level right there. So how are we going to trade this today? So we have this order block on H4, H4 has been mitigated. We have this of M15, right there. It is a weak one. Price can still drop for that. Within this H4 order block, there should be an M15 order block which was never mitigated, so we need to look for it. So price may come for it. Let's look for that M15 order block. That would be none other than this one right here, that order block right there. So price is likely to drop again until it mitigates this M15 order block fully. Price is likely to drop again to that, and then we get in with buys. You get a market structure or something to start, a market structure shift to start the buys. But as of now, this is going to be a no-go for any buys for scalpers and intraday traders. Swing traders, yeah, we know we need buys according to a higher time frame, but you can as well also wait for a better entry than just entering because you have big money. No, you have to enter precisely and have a better entry option at that level. All right, so now we can delete this and wait for price to react back there or this level, and then we look at our buys. Can we enter sales? Can we enter sales now? We may, though it is quite weird, and the market is very low. The momentum, sorry, is very low, so you can wait for this kind of a sell probably below that to sell it all the way down below, because this is a weak low, so it means it's going to be breaking it. Price is going to be breaking it to this other low level of M15 order block. So we are selling. Intraday traders and scalpers, we are looking for that sell, but then later for intraday traders we will be looking for buys if price reacts to our points of interest today. That's it for today. I hope you guys had a great time. We have about 4 minutes. I don't know if it will allow me to do the recap, but let's try and see. Yeah, this was gold. Sorry, I forgot to change. That was gold. So let's do our recap and we call it a day. So we started with crash 500. Price has reacted there, and you can see the sales have begun immediately. So can we enter sales? Yeah, I can decide to enter sales now. I can decide to enter sales now, but that means my stop loss is gonna be very big. It's gonna be very big. So, oh man, it's gonna be very big. So nothing, my PC is gonna shut down any minute from now. So hold on guys, know that when you don't